some water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Now grab your glass for some water. Get your container of that water. Lift that container of that water. Now simply pour that water. Drink, 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 drink. Lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Stretch your body and move some water. Stretch your body and drink some water. Family, just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, raise, toast, then drink. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Stay healthy though. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Culturally appropriately, of course. But anyway, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Drink your water. Took me a little bit longer to drink it, right? Because I've been able to add the juice and the water to my diet now. I'm on day 15. I'm feeling kind of out of it. I don't know where I'm at right now, but I'm not tired. That's good. Because yesterday I was like, shit.
You said you're fasting for 21 days.
I'm on day 15, Sasha. So, but I was able to incorporate back to the ambrosia and the juices and the broths. So, we cool now, right? Nah, body ain't taking it right. It says it wants something. You give it to it, and then it decides it don't want it, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to open up a bottle of ambrosia so we could pour our toast. And I'm going to drink my first bottle of ambrosia with y'all. Get that, look, you know, get that ambrosia waterfall. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. So when you get these bottles, make sure you wash the bottle off because you don't know what's been going on when you ain't had your eye on the bottle, you know. So, there we go, there we go. There we go. Get that waterfall going. The ambrosia fall. Look at that.
Put the lotion on.
I did.
Living food, family. Living food. And it's my first time in 7 days. And I wanted to come from one of the little bottles, man. Cause it don't. The big ones are good, but they don't carbonate quite like this. Just gonna take the top of the rest away. I'll see what happens.
It's still going.
Still going. We do some good work. We the best. Yeah, look at that. That's why they call us the champagne of kombucha. Look at that. Look at that. Lord have mercy. All right. Ooh, we're going to have to kill this. All right. First, giving honor to the creator by whatever name you choose, called the creator. Oh, by the way, I got to kind of move through real quick because Sasha and Gina start their first day of camp. And we want to make sure they get them there on time. And, you know, let's give them a round of applause. Again, they got their first camp. Yeah. But would you look at the head on that? Would you look at that? My God! I'm a genius. Well, actually, the Scobie's a genius. I just facilitate. Just allow it, give it the space and time to facilitate. All right, but let's see. First off, I need to remind you that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, and the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simple production, and this is a Daily Toast. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. All right, now back to the toast. So we lift up our glass and we salute. We salute the creator by whatever name you choose. Call that creator. We lift up our glass high and we salute and we say, Ashe. Man, I can't wait to taste this ambrosia. Lord have mercy. And from there, family, you know what? We move on to our list of our illustrious ancestors. So let's get to it. Without any further delay, Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robin the Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gaston, Adeline, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fleur, Montague Pittman, Normal X, Sapet Mott, Rob, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Dig L. Pulliam, the Luxter Brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley,
Is it pink?
Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rendelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kelvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, B.D. Sell Well, Evita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hansberry, Harvey Hansberry Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Seth Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thorne, Pearl G. Thorne, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thorne, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles, Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hitter Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hadley Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frankie Russell and David, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Alice Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dillamon Aries, Gina Roop Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Paris, Elder Basiji Filani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Barry Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DePretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Pintup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Janet Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Akabuki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, shouts out to Kwame, see you out there, great emoji to you as well. Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Ace Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Dorr, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Had Seen, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bat Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker Sr., Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ryan McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Cooper, George Swan, Emania Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon, and to the Black Book. Eat Sasha, Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joey, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Kwesi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkins, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denisa Gorey, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled Hassan, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, and Teresa Sambu. We lift up our glass to all of our ancestors and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We move to our present moment right now. Y'all know we are on Umoja. What a beautiful day to be on Umoja, right? No. 7 more days to go. Man, all right. Actually 6. Because today, I'm claiming today. Umoja, right? Activate your reticular formations. I want you to go out. I want you to seek out Umoja. Take a picture of it. Videotape it. However you want to do it. Hashtag Umoja found. Hashtag Umoja in action. You know what I'm saying? Post it up on Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. Umoja, for those that don't speak the language, means unity. Unity. The demonic principle of the day is truth. The color is violet. Found my shirt. Mentalism is the hermetic law of the day. Male name for the day is Kwojo. Female name is Ajwa. Right? So we lift up our glass and we salute this moment. We raise our glass high. To get the full power of this moment, we say, Ashe. From there, family, you know where we go? I know you do. We go to the future generations. We toast our children's children, on to infinity. Looking right at my babies right here, my youngest. Look at that. Toasting them, right? Lift up the glass, salute them, right? We pledge to make a room for them so that they can live their life and live their dreams and build their monuments to greatness. And we toast them in advance so that when it's our time, they can toast us. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, we toast all of our relations and we say Ashe. From all of our relations, you know where we go? From all our relations, this is their selfish toast, family. What is it that you need in this moment to be the greatest that you need to be right now? We lift up the glass and we say Ashe. Last but not least, last but not least, I toast the most magnificent, beautiful, uplifting, powerful, inspiring individual in the room. That's you. I toast you, and I say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I want to thank y'all for joining me this morning. Oh, man. Just what the body needs. So, I done cleared out a lot of the madness that I did over the last year. And now I'm reintroducing that ambrosia back to my body. All right, family. Man. Y'all get this ambrosia at that G&J Mall. Get the ambrosia at that G&J Mall. We're not shipping yet, but we thinking about it. I'm gonna make me a smoothie. All right, family. This is Brother Hatim, and I am out.